With inflation at a three-decade high, experts say the cost of that Thanksgiving feast this year could be the highest in the holidays' history. Let's look at the numbers. The average turkey this year cost 88 cents per pound, according to AMS Market News. Sweet potatoes, 83 cents. Russet potatoes, 90 cents. Cranberries, $2.22 per bag. $1.64 for green beans, and 1 gallon of milk will cost you $3.75. Across the board, those prices are 5% more than they were a year ago. On top of that, supply chain issues may make some of your favorite foods harder to find this year. So how is this affecting families across America? Joining us to discuss it all, ABC's Elizabeth Schulze and Dr. Kadee Russ, professor of economics at the University of California, Davis, and a former economic advisor in the Obama administration. Thank you both for joining me. Dr. Russ, let me ask you, I want to start with you and say that list of foods not only made me hungry, it also has me thinking about families struggling to put dinner on the table this year. But you point out there are more families in a position to pay more this year. How do you see this moment in our country?
Well, it's true. The price of turkey has hit a high compared to past years. At the same time, there's this great professor, Jason Lusk at Purdue University, and he's computed that based on what we make, we're actually better able, or at least as able, to pay for a turkey now than we have been at any point since 1980. So this is, or almost any point. The prices fell on turkeys also during the Great Recession. So even though prices are high, our compensation also has been rising. So if we look at disposable personal income, that has over the last 2 years been rising also.
I'm willing to pay for whatever and how much ever to get my mom's dressing. Elizabeth, that's what we call it down south, dressing instead of stuffing. But let's talk holiday shopping. Today's weekly unemployment claims were the lowest they've been since 1969, a point the Biden administration is celebrating, of course. The government also released new data today showing consumer spending continue to rise ahead of the holidays. So will higher prices impact retail sales?
Well, Kenneth, we do expect higher prices to show up in the retail sales data, but so far consumers are showing resilience. We saw spending go up in a range of categories. A lot of people getting the holiday shopping done early. They fear shipping delays. They fear low inventory. But also spending is going up in categories like travel and medical care that had been a little bit more muted in recent months because of COVID concerns. So even though consumers are saying they're worried about higher prices and sentiment is at a decade low because of inflation, we aren't so far seeing them stopping from spending their money, and they're so far being willing to absorb some of those prices, like you say.
And Elizabeth, we know that when it comes to that Thanksgiving dinner, the family, they have a whole list of things to talk about. Hopefully politics won't be one of them, but they're also probably going to use this phrase, supply chain issues. We've heard that phrase over and over again. So are there signs they are easing up in time for people to get that perfect gift for the holidays?
There are some good signs, Kenneth. The number of ships that have been waiting at those ports on the West Coast has gone down. Now, they are still close to a record, and there's an issue getting those goods across the country with the shipping delays still. But ultimately, a lot of the retailers have come out, places like Target and Walmart, to say they anticipated these delays. They are now prepared. They think their stores will be fully stocked for the holidays. But I will say there are still shipping problems, and one retail expert I spoke with said that if you want to get that gift in time to be under your tree, you need to order by Cyber Monday at the very latest.
Cyber Monday. You heard it from Elizabeth Schulze. Dr. Russ, so we've seen how fragile our supply chain is throughout this pandemic. We've learned a lot about our economy during this pandemic. How can it be made more resilient in the future?
So the Biden administration is taking a lot of steps right now to review the resilience of supply chains. They actually started as soon as they got into office, and I think you'll see additional reports coming out soon. But in particular, we have to think about how we deal with our allies. We have to think about frictions versus harmony in our relationship with our allies. The Biden administration has tried to restart trade talks and smooth over some of these relationships that had frayed somewhat over the past few years. And you saw a big deal with Europe to remove the steel and aluminum tariffs recently as a huge step toward removing some of those frictions. So really it's about working with allies, but also improving infrastructure. And so the big infrastructure deal that just went through should go a long way toward improving our bridges, roads, all of these things that right now are a bit clogged up. So hopefully we can have more resilient supply chain going forward.
And hopefully families will just be able to just step away from all of that and take time to enjoy their family, enjoy that meal, no matter who's cooking. Dr. Kadee Russ, thank you so much. And to my friend Elizabeth Schulze, thank you as well. Happy Thanksgiving to you both.
Thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.